chaos reigns. KLW's on the front line through the battles and the pains, with a camera in the fray and the world on our screens. We're the voice of the silence, the witness of the scenes. Headlines flashing bright, from the shadows we arise, with the truth in our hands under perilous skies. Every story told is a battle we fight. Through the darkness and the fear, we bring the light. In the chaos, in the flames, we'll stand tall, with the courage to reveal through the rise and the fall. From the embers of the war to the echoes of the call, we're the eyes of the world and we'll never stall. KLW, we're the warriors on the front lines. Through the blood and the fire, we'll define the times. In the heat of the battle, where the truth lies, we're the voice of the war and the world will find. From the ruins and the wreckage, every story's told. Through the tears and the heartbreak, the bravery unfolds. In the darkest hours, when the world's torn apart, KLW brings the stories straight from the heart. With the cameras rolling through the wreckage and the pain, we capture the reality while the world remains. Every angle, every moment in the line of fire, we're the pulse of the battlefield, never to tire. KLW, we're the warriors on the front lines. Through the blood and the fire, we'll define the times. In the heat of the battle, where the truth lies, we're the voice of the war and the world will find. KLW, we're the warriors on the front lines. Through the blood and the fire, we'll define the times. In the heat of the battle, where the truth lies, we're the voice of the war and the world will find. Through the smoke and the ruins, we'll pierce the veil. With every breath we take and every tale, we're the heartbeat of the conflict in the shadowed frail. With KLW's vision, the truth won't fail. Stand firm, we're the beacon in the fray. Through the dust and the fury, we'll light the way. In the fight for the truth, where the heroes lay. KLW, the story's here to stay. KLW, we're the warriors on the front lines. Through the blood and the fire, we'll define the times. In the heat of the battle, where the truth lies, we're the voice of the war and the world will find. So here's to the courage and the tales we unfold. In the heart of the conflict, our story's told. KLW, with the truth we hold. In the fire of the war, our legacy bold.
You can't handle the truth!
KLW World News coming to you live here on this Sunday evening. There is a lot going on today. Hurricane Melissa is about to wreak havoc on the island nation of Jamaica. So we're going to have that in the upper left-hand corner of tonight's broadcast. But that's not the reason we're here. The reason we're here is because there have been 48 EAMs. That's 48 emergency action messages today, as well as the fact that one of them was 277 characters. What does that mean? It means that something is about to happen. Where exactly, we don't know, but we're going to find out. So we've got maps up for over Europe in the upper right-hand corner, around Asia in the lower right-hand corner, and all over around the Caribbean in the lower left-hand corner. The top left corner is our live feed from Rumble, and that is showing all of the live cameras that we've got. A link to that is at the top of the chat. So if you want to see that direct from Rumble in 4K, well, it's easy enough to do. Just click on the link at the top of the chat, and that'll take you straight to that Rumble feed. Those are cameras all around Jamaica that we've identified. And the reason we're paying such close attention to it is this is going to be the most catastrophic hurricane to ever hit Jamaica. And some places they're expecting over 35 inches. Right, over 35 inches. That's like 36 inches or more, which means 3 foot of rainfall over the next 48 hours. Because Jamaica is such a mountainous area, all of that water will be funneled down into the valleys and will undoubtedly flood many, many communities, including areas down along Jamaica's southern shore. So we have imagery coming in from Kingston Harbor. It is surely going to flood parts of Kingston. We have multiple cameras in Kingston, so we can feed you all of that live. So that is available at the link at the top of the chat. We here are mainly going to follow what's going on with the EAMs, but we wanted to show you what was going on up there in Jamaica. So wind is already starting to pick up. It's been raining now for a few hours. If you'll notice down in the lower left-hand corner here, this is what's called Flat Bridge, and that is just a little north of Kingston, Jamaica, almost in the middle of the country, but a little northwest of Kingston. When we first started our coverage, that water was clear and only half that deep. It is continuing to get deeper by the minute. It won't be long until that is covered over. At some point in time, we are expecting that to be a raging river and the structure you see in the foreground to be gone. Yes, we know about Skymaster and Sky King. We think it's a drill, TVT. So anyway, it's going to be a massive flooding event in Jamaica. If you would like, we can leave that up in the upper left-hand corner. We can also bring in the audio from the briefing simply by doing this.
We'll feel the brunt of it Monday night going into Tuesday. And so that's what he has said. We all have to be very, very careful and be prepared for the worst. All right, so now we're going to have Minister Samuda, who will speak to you. He's our Minister of Water, Environment, and Climate Change. Minister Samuda?
Thank you, Minister Dixon. Colleague ministers, thank you for the hospitality. Minister Mackenzie. Everyone, heads of agencies, members of the NEOC, members of the media, and certainly those watching and listening at home. As everyone would have just told you, we are facing a Category 4 hurricane that has potential for strengthening. As I have started every update with the statement, because it is incredibly true, and I think particularly true at this moment, it is still not time for panic. It is time to complete your preparations. It is time for some prayer, and it is time for us to plan, and time for us to engage our programs. This storm will test our systems. I want to publicly put on record my thanks to Evan Thompson and to his entire team, leadership all the way through the organization, as they've been working 24 hours a day, not on shift or I think in teams. I think every team is fully engaged over the last 10 days as we've been tracking this unusual storm. So I want to publicly thank the Met Service on behalf of Jamaica and the government, because they've been doing an awesome job in keeping us up to date and giving us the information that we have.
Roger, 5 5, 10 get, I said,
About an hour and a half ago, NATO 005 or 005 next to Belarus, Ukraine. It made only one circle and headed back to base. Yeah, I don't know what they were looking at, Cactus. Yeah, again, I think that the Skymaster Sky King stuff was a training exercise off the coast of California. It was only picked up off the coast of California. It was only picked up on California SDRs. I didn't hear it. Now you know why I don't monitor SDRs out of California, because people out there doing training or drills, they think that the world is coming to an end. Yeah, I saw where the F-18 and the helicopter went down in the South China Sea. It's kind of interesting to lose two birds in one day. In separate incidents.
Flooding that's being posted as now. So we encourage you to follow JIS, follow OPM, follow the Ministry of Education and Information, follow the relevant ministry sources, and of course, reputable media houses. Thank you. God bless Jamaica.
Thank you so much, Minister Samuda. And next up, we have Minister Mackenzie. But I think Minister Vaz is asking if he can go first. So we're going to have Minister Vaz, our Minister of Energy, Telecoms and Transport.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon or good morning to all of Jamaica, diaspora, and of course, media, colleague ministers. So let me start by saying that we had
Again, for those of you just joining us, we've had an unbelievable number of EAMs today, as well as a 277 character EAM. So it appears just from the extreme amount of EAM activity that something is about to kick off. That's why we're here. We're also watching in the upper left-hand corner live feeds that we've got coming out of Jamaica. If you would like to watch that full screen in 4K, you can go to the link at the top of the screen and see that in 4K. that's going to remain up for as long as we have streams coming out of Jamaica. And I think things are going to start to get worse over the next 24 hours. In fact, on Monday night into Tuesday night, when the eye wall is actually hitting Jamaica, I doubt we will have very many streams up because of the fact that the flooding will take out a lot of the infrastructure in the country. Jamaica isn't known for having the most resilient infrastructure here. So wanted to let you guys know what was going on here. A lot going on tonight. We're going to continue to monitor it for you and bring it to you live. We have 890902 in your left channel, 11175 in the right channel, and then we have the big one right here from KLW World News. You can see it back here. Now we have reprogrammed the big one. It normally just monitors 11175, but what we've done is we've brought all of the frequencies that they will use for HFGCS, the frequencies out of Puerto Rico, the frequencies out of the U.S. at Andrews Air Force Base, and at, I can't think of what the name of it is, the one up in North Dakota, Hot Monmouth. You know what I'm talking about. Also the base in the UK. So we've got all of those frequencies, and I can get it for you here because I can bring it up. I don't have to go back there. I can go right here and bring it up. And so let me move this over so I can read it. Offutt Air Force Base. I wanted to say Monmouth, but it's Offutt. So we have all the frequencies out of Offutt up. And we're going to keep bringing those to you here. Make sure it says on the screen. I want to make sure. See, there's lodges with a test code right there. So anyway, thanks TVT. Thanks for sharing. So, yep. Welcome, Frank. Also, we're going to do a lot of these. The chat is going to be for members only, so if you haven't signed up, I think I'm going to get rid of the stream from the hurricane since the link is at the top of the chat, and I'm going to put up a map of the U.S. to see what we've got airborne over the U.S. here. Ooh, and we have a drone up. Are we not seeing that? Oh, no, that's a P3 Orion. Interesting. Well, we're going to monitor it all for you and bring it to you. Hopefully everybody is seeing this in 4K. Do you have a 4K TV? Let us know in the chat that you have a 4K TV because, well, I should be able to scare all of the rats and insects out of your house with a mug like this. So we should be streaming out in 4K. Hopefully that is going out appropriately. That way you can see all of the screens together here like this, and we can give you 4 different theaters simultaneously. So this one is going to be actually the U.S. So we're going to bring the U.S. in and show you what we got going on here. I want this to be in multi. So yeah, we're going to show you everything going on. Everything, all the time, everywhere. So, and this is our P8 over the Baltic Sea. Now they're looking for a submarine, folks. Okay, How do we know they're looking for a submarine? You see this green down here? You see that? That's when they're getting down close to the ground. They're at 2,000 feet and they're dropping sonobuoys. That's what that means. So they have been looking for a submarine here in the Baltic all day. So we're going to be tracking all of it here for you so you can see it in real time. Also, we're monitoring, again, the EAM frequencies. We're monitoring all of the other military frequencies that they could possibly be operating on in the area, and we're going to bring all of that to you here for as long as possible. So, yeah, all right, Robert says we are in 4K, so that is a great thing here. So, again, thanks for being here. Again, and also, if you haven't joined, now is the time to do so. And if you want to help support the channel, well, a good thing you can do is go and become a subscriber. Not just a follower, a subscriber. And by doing that, it gets rid of all of the trolls. So we've made it as cheap as possible. It's only $3.99 a month. So go ahead and get signed up. That way, when we go into member streams only, like we're going to, when this kicks off, it'll be a members only stream. So if you're not a member, you won't get notified. And we're going to be doing our member streams here. So also, it'll get you into the members only chat, which is what we're going to be here in just a few minutes. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, now would be a good time. And how's it look in 4K? And stereo sound. Welcome, Vicky. Welcome, Frank. Welcome, Night Owl. Glad to have you. Let's see who else. That's it just for this one. So welcome aboard. New members. Things are about to be kicking off. So we're going to be here with you for the duration. Also, for your viewing pleasure, we have the honor of having General Ben Hodges, the former NATO commander over Europe, I think he's a 4-star, has retired and is going to be on the show live with Jeff, Johnny, and Lee. He's going to be on the show on Thursday on Rumble. It'll be myself, Johnny, and Jeff. We're going to have him on at 1 p.m. Central. So that'll be 2 Eastern, 1 Central, high noon Mountain, 11 a.m. on Thursday the 30th. We will have no other than General Ben Hodges on the broadcast. No, it's not climate change, Doc. You know better than that. So, anyway, it's going to be an awesome show with General Ben Hodges. We are looking forward to having him here on the broadcast. I have been a longtime fan of General Hodges, and we have been to some of the same war zones at the same time. For example, in January of 2015, we were both in Ukraine. He was in Kyiv, and I was on the front lines in Donetsk. Also, over my career, I've had the honor to brief him a couple of times. One of those was at the Infantry Commanders Conference at Fort Benning, Georgia, and another was at AUSA, the Association of the United States Army meeting in Washington, D.C. That would have been back in the late 80s. So looking forward to having him on the broadcast. I'm sure you will look forward to it too. Again, that will be Thursday, this coming Thursday, on Rumble. It'll be on the Rumble News channel. It'll be on normally Ask Lee with live with Jeff, Johnny, and Lee, and you will be able to see it live here on Thursday. So that'll be a great thing. Also, if you haven't joined up, you need to. Welcome, Tim. Haven't seen you in a while, sir. Welcome, Dana. Thank you, Lily. greatly appreciate it, because when all this gets kicked off, this is going to be the place to be. Nobody has war coverage like KLW World News. We bring you the news that nobody else can. So we are waiting to see what is kicking off here this evening, and it's highly unusual to have this many EAMs kicking out at, on a Sunday night. Let's just say that. To have had at least 48 EAMs, one of them being 277 characters. So something is about to impact the air handling device, and we're going to stay here and wait for it to get here. So, well, that's all right, Vicky. We missed you too. You wouldn't believe it. So, same thing for you too, Dana. And I hate to admit it, but we missed you too, Tim. Don't tell anybody we said that. As soon as I saw your name, I was like, holy Schmidt, Tim Schmidt's here. So, welcome back. This platform sent us an email and told us that they were going to monetize us. So, we said, well, we've always wanted, look, we're not here to make $1 million on YouTube. I mean, if we did, my wife would love it, but that's not why we're here. We're here to tell you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. What we wanted to be able to do was to be able to have live streams without the trolls. And the way to do that would be to have members-only streams. And so we wanted to be able to have those members-only streams. Welcome, Betty. Thank you. We wanted to be able to have those streams without dealing with trolls and idiots and people of that nature. Evening, Jen. Hope Montana's treating you well. Have you had your first snow yet? I bet you have. I was up fighting fire in Montana, and it snowed in August. That was up just north of Mission. And I used to go up into the Bitterroot here for a while. There's Looking Glass. Looking Glass, you need to subscribe here. So anyway, it's great to be back and to be able to have private streams for our members. And again, once this kicks off, we're going to be members only. So we're going to continue.